Hello. Getting everything set up. Oh, gotta mute it. Almost ready to start, everyone. I'm getting there. Hello, if you're joining. I gotta mute this one too, real quick. Oh, good, I did it. Almost ready. Pen. So much to do. Okay, I have the Spotify playlist on YouTube. I have the Spotify playlist on Facebook. Get back to Zoom. Hello if you're joining us. Hi Tina, hi everybody. Thank you, Struan. I will cue you in to hit play, yes. I'm glad y'all like it. And if you're just joining us, I will also, sorry I'm slow. Hi everybody. I sent the playlist privately to Struan, even though I selected everyone in meeting. So if you're just joining us on Zoom, I just shared the playlist in the chat. I'll tell you when to push play. If you're joining on Facebook or YouTube, I shared the playlist in both of those places as well. So thank you for bearing with me while I'm multitasking. I have my phone over here for the live stream. I have my Zoom over here for the see and be seen people. A few of us. Well, hear and be heard people maybe. Okay. So I think we're actually ready to get started. If you're ready, I'm ready. I think I did everything. Let me close everything else out. So all I see is Zoom. Wonderful. Okay, everybody, we're going to get started Yes, wonderful. I'm still reading chats, so got it. Thank you. We're going to get started in a comfortable seated position, please. My name is Laura. It's Motown Yoga. I'll tell you when to push play on the playlist. Let me move this a little bit. That's probably better. Awesome. Last chance for requests if you want to chat anything on Zoom. In the future, hello. In the future, we will be live streaming this and Zooming, so you can join through our website on Zoom, where I can see your wonderful faces. It's so lovely. And then, of course, we're still streaming through Facebook and YouTube. So anyways, comfortable seated position. Thanks for joining me. Wonderful. I see your requests. Got them. Close your eyes and sit up tall. Rest your hands on your legs or in your lap, but let your elbows rest back underneath your shoulders instead of outstretching your arms. This creates two things that I enjoy. One is an expansion across the front of the chest, and the other is a softness in the muscles of the shoulders as you move your shoulder blades down your back. Relax the muscles of your face and begin to deepen your breath. Notice how your breath moves in your chest. As you continue to breathe slowly, notice how your breath moves in your rib cage and the front of your body. Notice how your breath moves in your belly. Then as you continue breathing, shift your awareness to the sides of your body. Can you notice how your rib cage and your waist expand? At the sides of your body, you can think about it moving to and from your midline, the center of your body. Then one more shift of the awareness. Move your awareness to the back of your body, something we don't always think about when we're breathing mindfully. But can you breathe into the back of your body, at the space behind your heart? The space at the back of your rib cage? And a little bit more challenging, even into the space at your low back. Continue breathing slowly, expanding in all directions. And bring your hands to prayer at your chest and bow your mind to your heart. If you'd like to take a moment to set an intention, something that you're trying to grow in yourself, something that you're trying to achieve through this practice, you can set that as your intention now. Lift your chin from your chest, open your eyes if you want to, and release your hands away from your heart. We'll stay seated for just a couple of poses. Sit up tall, inhale. Exhale, drop your right ear toward your right shoulder. Soften your shoulders. And take your right hand up and around to the left side of your head as you gently create more length on the left side of your neck. Reach your left arm down and out away from your left ear. The more you extend out through your fingertips, the more sensation you'll feel. You could also play with the rotation of your palm. If you turn your palm face up, you might feel something different. You could also push out through the heel of your hand while flexing your fingers more back toward your forearm. Release your hands and reach your left arm straight up. So crown to ceiling, left arm to the ceiling. Bend your left elbow, pat yourself on the back. Way to go, me, I'm doing Sunday morning yoga during a pandemic. Take your right hand to your left elbow. Nothing extreme, so we're looking for a sustainable sensation. Use your right hand to help create more sensation in the upper part of your left arm. If you feel like your arm is pressing your head forward, loosen up a little bit. You don't even have to be able to touch your elbow with your hand. If it feels better just to hold here without your right hand and play, whatever feels good to you works. Good choices. Then take the back of your right hand to your low back. So we'll keep the left arm where it is. Take the back of your right hand to your low back. Point your right elbow more down as I'm going to turn around so that you slide your right fingers more up your back. Your hands do not have to touch, especially here in the beginning of class. Hold there. Think about wrapping the bottom tip of your left shoulder blade more underneath your left armpit. And think about taking the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade closer to your spine. And unravel your arms, shoulder rolls. Just circle your shoulders one direction and then the other. We'll do that on the other side. Take your right ear, drop it to your right shoulder. Take your right hand up and around to the, is this the same side as last time? That's the same side as last time. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Oh my gosh. Good thing I have people to look at and I could notice. Take your left hand up around to the right side of your head. Then extend your right arm down and out away from your right ear. We could play with the rotation of your right palm as you turn your hand palm face up. You don't have to, just experiment. You could also flex, push out through the heel of your hand, down and out away from your right armpit. And remember, we're focusing on length of the right side of the neck rather than compression on the left side of the neck, of course. And release your left hand, take your right arm, reach it straight up to the ceiling. So crown to ceiling, right arm to ceiling, bend your right elbow, pat yourself on the back. To feel less, you could slide your right hand up higher to your head, like top of the neck or base of the skull. If you need more, take your left hand to your right elbow and help guide your right fingers just a little bit more down your back. We want the chin to be neutral, so your chin is like parallel to the floor, and the back of your neck is really long. If you feel that your head is being pressed forward, make the back of your neck longer. And take the back of your left hand to your low back. Point your left elbow more down so that your left fingers slide a little bit more up your back. Your hands can be far apart from each other. Each hand can move a little bit closer independently to the other. Your fingers might bind. They don't have to. Alma pivots. Point your right elbow a little more up and your left elbow a little more down as you wrap the bottom tip of your right shoulder blade underneath your right armpit and the bottom tip of your left shoulder blade closer to your spine. And release and unravel, shoulder rolls one direction and then the other. Child's pose, please make your way onto all fours. Close your big toes together so that they touch. Take your knees a little bit wider than your hips and sit your hips back to your heels. From there, you'll place your forehead either onto the floor or onto your stacked arms if the floor feels far away. Your hips do not have to be able to literally touch your heels. They're just moving down and back in that direction. So if your arms are extended straight forward toward the top of your mat, rest your elbows down onto the floor while your forehead rests down onto the floor. Think about softening the back of your body down through to the front of your body. So the back of your rib cage can soften in toward the front. Your lower back softens down toward your belly, and your belly softens down through your thighs toward the floor. Then lift yourself up to a tabletop, all fours. Place your knees directly underneath your hips and extend your toes straight back from your knees. Place your wrists underneath your shoulders. Take a big inhale, look up, drop your belly, lift your tailbone and the crown of your head. Exhale, round your back, press your spine to the sky, tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Inhale, look up, drop your belly, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, round your back, cat pose, press your spine to the sky, close your pubic bone to your belly button. Inhale, look up, spread your sitting bones, drop your belly. Exhale, cat pose, round your back. One more time to inhale, look up, drop your belly, tuck your toes. Downward dog, exhale, press your hips up and back behind you. You can keep your knees bent. You could straighten your legs as little or as much as you like to, or you could find a warm-up pedaling out of the legs as you bend one knee at a time and reach the other heel a little bit more down to the floor. Your heels don't ever have to touch. Set your knees back down to the floor so that you're on a tabletop again. Move your rib cage side to side so that you feel a stretch in each side body. Let me check this. Keep moving in your tabletop. Oh yeah, music now. Sorry, I forgot to cue you. I'm sure you did it on your own. Music when you're ready. Rookie mistake. Thank you, Taylor. Music now. So you can continue moving, stretching through your lower back more or your upper back, or picking up arms and legs. You could stretch your wrists, your forearms. Downward dog when you're ready. Tuck your toes, stretch your hips up and back. In this down dog, step your feet wide to the edges of your mat. With your feet wide, stretch your hips up and back behind you. You can have your knees bent here. You can have your heels high here. Regardless of what your legs look like, a little bit of movement with your hips side to side. And step your feet again, sitting bone distance apart so that your heels are in line with your sitting bones. And walk your hands back to meet your feet. Walk your hands back until the weight is in your heels. Bend your knees either a little or a lot so that your belly comes closer to your thighs. Drop your head and grab a hold of opposite elbows. If your belly is resting on your thighs, and of course here's a modification for pregnancy. If you're modifying for pregnancy, you can separate your feet a lot wider. You can have your feet as wide as you need to make room for your belly. If your belly is touching your thighs, pick your rib cage up off of your thighs, lengthen the bottom of your rib cage closer to your knees and set it back down. And release your arms so that they drape back down to the floor. Bend your knees generously. Drop your head. And roll slowly to standing. Chin is the last to lift. Take your time as you rise. I know on Zoom I'll be out of the frame, but we'll get back into it in a minute. Bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Lift your heart to your thumbs. Roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale, stretch your arms out and up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, drop your head and your arms. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull the front of your heart to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Again, just a halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen your spine. You can leave your hands on the floor or hands to shins like I'm doing. Exhale, fold and empty your lungs. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the sides of your body longer. Downward dog. Exhale, bend your knees as much as you need to walk your hands all the way to the top of your mat and stretch your hips up and back behind you. From here, join your feet all the way together so that your feet are together at the back of your mat. Your legs are together. Squeeze your legs on each other. Inhale, plank pose, tone your belly, pull the front of your heart forward. Exhale, lower slowly, knees up or down all the way to your belly. If you're modifying for pregnancy, you can stay on your hands and your knees for this. Inhale, lift your heart. Press the tops of your feet down and slide your shoulder blades down your back. Make the back of your neck long. One more inhale. Downward dog. Exhale, stretch your hips high. Take your right foot and step it forward between your hands. Help your foot forward if it didn't make it. Take an inhale, pull the front of your heart forward through your shoulders. Exhale, set your left knee all the way down onto the floor. Untuck your left toes. Inhale, reach your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms. Palms face the front of your mat. Pull your elbows down and back. Hold here. Inhale, open your elbows a little bit wider, like you want your arms to move behind you. Exhale, close your hands and elbows toward each other. Inhale, open the arms apart from each other. Hold here. Exhale, bend your right knee more. Inhale, send your arms to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, touch your hands down to the floor. Step forward. Left foot meets the right at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms high, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips, drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen a lot. Step your feet to plank pose. Exhale, put your hands down, take your feet to the back of your mat and hold. Inhale, slight shift forward to the tips of the toes. Exhale, lower slowly with knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way. Cobra or up dog, inhale, lift your heart. Downward dog, exhale. Step your left foot forward between your hands. Help your foot forward if it doesn't make it. Take an inhale, pull the front of your heart forward through your shoulders. Exhale, set your right knee all the way down onto the ground. Untuck your right toes. Inhale, stretch your arms to the ceiling, deep breath in. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms, palms face the front wall. Pull your elbows a little more back, like you want them to move behind the plane of the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, close your elbows and your palms together in front of you. Feel your shoulder blades spread apart from each other. Inhale, open and extend. Back through the elbows. Hold here. Exhale, bend your left knee more. Inhale, send your arms up, reach high. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step forward, right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Pull the front of your heart forward through your shoulders. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms high, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, plank, put your hands down, step back and hold. Inhale, shift slightly forward toward the tips of your toes. With knees up or down, exhale, lower halfway or lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice, lift your heart. Downward dog, exhale. Hold in down dog, spread your fingers wide and push the floor away from you firmly with your hands. Stretch your hips higher up and back like you want to make more space from your armpits to your hip creases. Then press your inner thighs more back as you roll your outer hips more forward towards the sides of your body. Your heels don't ever have to touch. Press down and back with your heels. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, feet forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms up high. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Good work. Inhale, stretch your arms up, make your legs strong. Exhale, forward fold, press your inner thighs back. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the front of your heart, pull it forward. Exhale, chaturanga, so that means mid-plank. Plant your hands, step back and lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Lift your heart up. Lift your ears away from your shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use your core strength to stretch your hips up and back behind you. Hold here and slow down your breathing. Remember, in the beginning of class, we paid attention to how the breath moves in all directions in the body. So not only the front of your body, but how does your breath move in this pose in the sides of your body and even in the back of your body? Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, feet forward, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach your arms higher. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer at your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms up, deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pull the heart forward. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, it's mid-plank. Hands down, step back, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog, lift your heart. Downward dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg up and back behind you, stay here. Bend your right knee, stack your right hip open on top of your left hip. So lift your right inner knee up. And open your right hip more on top of your left hip. Then straighten your right leg all the way. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise to standing. You can climb up your right thigh, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms. Here, keep breathing. Eagle arms right on top. Cross your right upper arm on top of your left upper arm. So you'll hold in the pose. Eagle arms takes the upper elbow above the elbow on top, right on top. The backs of your hands don't have to touch, but we're working like they're magnets attached to the backs of the hands, that you're bringing the backs of your hands closer, or you could wrap twice so that your palms touch. Lift your upper arms so that your elbows so that your upper arms are more parallel to the floor. That makes more sense. Almost done with this pose, I promise. Then unravel the arms and reach them up. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, place your back heel down, extend your arms. Point your right toes straight forward at the front of your mat and bend your right knee straight forward. Interlace your hands at your low back. Lift your heart up. Slide your knuckles more down. Your arms don't have to be straight, but they're moving in that direction. Bring your shoulder blades to squeeze more together on your back. And lift your heart up. Reverse warrior, you'll release the bind of the hands. Place your left hand lightly on your left leg. Reach your right arm up and back. Take one long breath in. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Hands down, step back, lower slowly. Inhale, up dog or cobra, lift your heart. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back behind you. Bend your left knee, stack your left hip open on top of your right. Hold here. Lift your left inner knee up a lot. And stack your left hip open on top of your right hip. Then straighten your left leg all the way. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms. Take your time. Eagle arms left on top. Left upper arm on top of right upper arm. Your hands can be far apart from each other. You can imagine magnets on the backs of your hands, drawing them closer to each other. Lift your elbows so that your upper arms are more parallel to the floor. Very good. And breathe. Left. Unravel your arms and reach them up. Inhale. Warrior two. Exhale. Place your back heel down. Point your left toes straight forward at the top of your mat. Bend your left knee straight forward. Interlace your hands at your low back. You could keep your elbows bent with your knuckles up high by the top of your pelvis. Lift your heart up. Option, slide your knuckles more down to the floor. So you hold the pose. This is what I look like in the upper body from behind. Slide your knuckles more down. Release the bind, reverse warrior. Place your right hand lightly on your right leg. Reach your left arm up and back away from your left hip. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Hands down, step back, lower slowly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Down dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Eagle arms right on top. Lift your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, curl your upper arms down toward your chest. Move your thumbs more away from your face. And drop your chin more to your chest. It's okay to get wobbly. Like me. Keep your eagle arms, lift your bind, make your chin parallel to the floor. Step onto your right foot, lift your left knee to your belly. Lift your left knee to your belly, we're keeping eagle arms. Eagle pose, bend your right knee, cross your left leg on top of your right. Falling does not mean failing, like I always say. We don't come here to be good at yoga. Tone your belly, sit a little deeper. Then unravel your left leg, land it at the back of your mat. Lift your arms up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale, place your back heel down. Interlace your hands at your low back, lift your heart up, inhale. Exhale, little tilt. I always want to be facing the microphones and also you don't want the rear shot. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, little tilt so that you're making a straight line up your right leg, up your left leg and out through the crown of your head. I did it wrong anyway. Extend your arms alongside your ears like you're holding a beach ball. Inhale. Extended side angle. Exhale. Place your right forearm onto your right thigh. Place your left hand on your left hip. Bend your right knee straight forward. Place the back of your left hand on your low back. Everything's a bus stop. If you prefer left hand on left hip, keep it there. Another option, left fingertips to right thigh. See it here? Turn your left chest more open. Inhale, reach your left arm straight up. Exhale, extend your left arm alongside your left ear. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach up and back with your right arm. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Hands down, step back, lower slowly. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise to standing. Exhale, cactus, bend your arms. Eagle arms, left on top. Lift your bind, lift your elbows, lift your gaze, inhale. Exhale, curl your upper arms down to your chest. Move your thumbs away from your face and drop your chin more to your chest. It's okay to be wobbly. Spread your shoulder blades open apart from each other. Then lift your elbows. Keep the bind, lift your elbows. Tone your belly. Stand on your left leg, lift your right knee to your belly. Eagle pose, bend your left knee, cross your right leg high on top of the left. You could use your right toes on the floor like a kickstand. You can lift your right toes or curl your right toes behind your left calf if you never feel any kind of knee pain. Unravel your right leg, land your right foot at the back of your mat. Reach your arms up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Interlace your hands at your low back. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, a little tilt to your left. So we're trying to make a straight line for real this time, up the right leg, up the spine, and out through the crown of your head. Pull your knuckles towards your right heel. Then extend your arms like you're holding a beach ball between your two hands. Inhale. Extended side angle. Exhale. Place your, so hot in here. Place your left forearm on top of your left thigh. Reach your right arm alongside your right ear. Then place your right hand on your right hip. Or back of right hand to low back. Or right fingers on top of left thigh. Point your tailbone down at your right heel instead of at that wall that's behind you. Good. Inhale, reach your right arm straight up. Exhale, extend your right arm alongside your right ear. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach up and back with your left arm. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Put your hands down, step back, and lower slowly. Inhale, up dog, lift your heart. Move your shoulders back in space. Downward dog, exhale. Beautiful work. Inhale, lift your right leg for lizard. Exhale, step your right foot to the floor on the outside of your right hand. Both arms are inside the right foot on the floor. Set your left knee down. Untuck your left toes. And instead of having your left knee right underneath your left hip, just for this variation, for this version of lizard, make your left leg feel long back behind you. Turn your right toes open just a little bit, so your right foot is angled 45 degrees away from you. Plant your left hand down, place your right hand on your right hip. This is safe for pregnancy if you're modifying for pregnancy, as long as you have room for your belly. This is an open front body twist. You could also move your left hand wider to the left. Either hold here or reach your right arm back, bend your left knee, see if you can grab a hold of your back foot. You could poke your hips more back to grab it. You could also use a prop, makeshift, or whatever you have to put your left hand up on something. In this room, it would be like a block. Might be a book. Or the closest thing to me is actually a bottle of Clorox, perfectly if I needed to use a prop. Perfectly in so many ways. Okay, gently release your back foot, right hand to the floor. Heel toe your right foot in between your two hands. Your left knee is in line with your left sitting bone straight back. Your right heel is in line with your right sitting bone straight forward. Half split, start to straighten your right leg. Flex your right foot, point your right toes straight up to the ceiling. Your right leg does not have to be straight, and you could take your hands up onto something if the floor feels far away. Move your left hand to the right side of your right leg. I think we did this last week. I've been teaching it in my classes for a while. It's one of my favorite IT band stretches where you start to feel a stretch in the outside of your right hip. If you don't feel that enough, flex your right foot more or start to turn the razor edge of your right foot closer to the floor. Walk your hands back around to frame your right foot at the top of your mat, so you rebend your right knee. Pigeon. I'm going to tuck us into half pigeon. I'll give a modification for reclined pigeon. If this pose doesn't work for you, that's okay. Heel toe your right foot behind your left wrist. Set your right knee down onto the floor. If you're like, oh my God, Laura, that doesn't work, move your right knee way forward of your right heel. So your right knee can be forward of the foot. You might have to pull your right heel really close into your left hip to make that happen. We want the right knee to be wider to the right of the right hip. You can lower to your forearms. I know I tilted the screen up. I'll move it back down a little bit. If this pose doesn't work for you, if you feel too much in your right hip, if you have any kind of knee issue in your right knee, if you're feeling any stretch, that's better, or pain, you can lie down on your back and cross your right ankle to your left thigh. If you don't feel enough of a hip stretch in reclined pigeon, interlace your hands behind the back of your left thigh or in front of your left shin. How can you slow down your breathing? Have you thought about your intention since you said it? Or what you're trying to accomplish through this practice? What do you need from it? Are you using this pose to serve yourself and your body, or the other way around? Relax your lower belly. Relax your jaw. And stay here with your awareness in your own experience. Downward dog. Take your time to release from this pose. We'll take a few breaths before we start the second side. So you can go back to either a tabletop or a down dog. Move your right leg around behind you. Lots of big sensation, right? Lots of difference between left and right. Just notice it for what it is. Yep, nice choices. Do what you do. Second side for lizard. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, step your left foot to the floor on the outside of your left hand. Set your right knee down onto the ground instead of underneath. Sometimes this happens. Move your right knee long back behind you on your mat so your right leg feels long. You can untuck your right toes. If you prefer to keep them tucked, I'm fine with that. Doesn't matter. Turn your left foot so your toes open 45 degrees away from you. It just amps up the hip opener a little bit for the beginning of this sequence. Plant your right hand down, either underneath your right shoulder or a little bit wider. Place your left hand on your left hip. Here's my little trick. I need double padding underneath my right knee, so I'm going to fold my mat up lengthwise one time. Either stay here, left hand to left hip, or reach your left arm back, grab a hold of your right foot. You could put your right hand up on something. You can move your hips back to be able to grab the foot. That actually makes it harder for me, but I know it works for some people. Move your hips down and forward for this quad stretch. Gently release your back foot, left hand to the floor. Heel toe your left foot in between your two hands. Half split, start to straighten your left leg, flex your left foot, and walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Point left toes straight up. Move your left hip crease backwards in space. You move your right hand to the left side of your left leg. Right hand goes across the left shin over to the left side of your mat. When you turn your belly and your chest more round to the left, hopefully that introduces the stretch in the outside of your left hip, in your IT band, piriformis, outer glutes. Not that you'll stop feeling it necessarily in the bottom, in the back of your, in your hamstrings, in the back of your left thigh, just that we are adding. Oh, I see a tail wagging on Zoom and I just love it. Little puppy yoga over there. And walk your hands back around to frame your left leg. Walk your hands forward so that they frame your left foot. Excuse me. Pigeon pose, heel toe your left foot across to the right. When you go to set your left knee down onto the floor, you might have to pull your left heel really close to your body and push your left knee forward until it sets down. That's fine. Again, make your right leg long back behind you. And we want the left knee wider to the left than the left hip. You can lower to rest on your forearms. You can lower your chest to the floor or stretch your arms forward. Whatever works for you here in this pose works for me. Again, that modification, if half pigeon doesn't work for you, lie down on your back. Cross your left ankle to your right thigh. You can interlace your hands behind the back of your right thigh or in front of your right shin. So what happens in these longer holds, when the body grows still, the mind tends to grow active. Or this is the part where if your phone is handy, pick it up. I know I joked about that last week. But give yourself the gift of staying here. Realize that you deserve this time. So you stay here, body and awareness. Everything else can wait. Relax your belly. Relax your jaw. Last couple breaths here. Downward dog when you're ready to come out of it. Down dog. It's the last down dog of class. Once you're back in down dog, out of pigeon, go ahead and make your way to a comfortable seat again. Okay, I wanted to move my laptop just a little bit closer for this. I don't think y'all need to be so far away anymore. How's that? Okay, comfortable seated position. I hope this translates through the camera. What I'm going to do is I'd like to talk you through just a little bit of pranayama, which is breath work. It'll go by pretty quick. Won't do it for too long, but I want you to be in a comfortable seat. If you would rather be lying down, please feel free to. If you would rather lean up against something or sit in a chair, lean up against the wall, be my guest. I do want you to have an upright spine and an open front of your body. Rest your hands on your legs. Close your eyes. And I'll talk you through this breath It'll be a 5-count inhale through the nose, a 3-count hold of the breath in, an 8-count exhale also through the nose, and a 3-count hold of the breath out. We'll just do a few rounds, controlled nose breathing, and I'll talk you through it so you know how long to make your breath. We'll start with a huge breath in. Fill your lungs all the way to the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. From here on out, it's all nose breathing. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath in for 3, 2, 1. Slow nose breath out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. Take a huge breath in. Fill your lungs all the way. Open mouth, exhale, sigh. Notice how your body feels. Notice if there has been change. You can go ahead and lie down on your back, please. Lie down flat onto your back. And plant your feet on the floor so that your knees are bent. With your feet planted and your knees bent, cross your right leg all the way on top of your left leg. Instead of a figure 4, we're closing the thighs all the way together so that your knees and thighs touch as best you can. Reach your right arm out on the floor to the right side of you. Drop your knees to your left and your chin to your right. If you're modifying for pregnancy, you can either hold here. You could let your knees go the opposite way. Or one of my favorites, if you have enough room for your belly, place your right hand on your left shoulder. So you just move a little bit more like a fetal pose, sort of with eagle legs. Hold the pose and breathe into your belly. Breathe into your belly as best you can. Inhale, lift your knees back up through center. Unravel your legs. Other side, cross your left leg on top of your right leg. Reach your left arm out on the floor to the left side of you and twist. Drop your knees to your right, drop your chin to your left. Modification for pregnancy, knees can go to the other side or place your left hand on your right shoulder so you close the front of your body more like a fetal pose. It's not easy to breathe when you are twisted. Just take the deepest breath possible in all directions. Front of the body, sides of the body, back of the body. Lift your knees back up through center, unravel your legs. Happy baby, show the bottoms of your feet toward the ceiling. You can grab onto shins or ankles if your feet feel far away. Some people like to hold still, some people like to rock side to side. You might like to straighten your legs out, one at a time or both together, for inner thigh and hamstring stretch. Release, hug your knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. Then release, extend both of your legs straight out on the floor in front of you. Savasana, our final relaxation. I'm not sure where you are on the playlist right now, but I think at the end of the, correct me if I'm wrong, at the end of the playlist I put my Savasana song that I like. So if you would prefer to use something without lyrics, without a beat, something a little bit more calming, you can switch to that last song on the playlist called Ajna. Whatever you prefer. We'll be here for a few minutes. Close your eyes. Make yourself really comfortable. And settle down to the support of the earth. Let your breathing be what it wants to be. So actually, instead of doing any breath work, instead of even trying to breathe deeply or mindfully, imagine that this pose can do its own work on you through the act of your release, the release of control, no more effort on your part. Settle into this stillness. And enjoy this rest that you deserve. Begin to deepen your breath. Find movement in your hands and in your feet. Find movement in your arms and in your legs. And rock your head gently from side to side on the floor. Stretch your arms behind you on the floor. Take a long stretch. Take a deep breath. Fetal pose either side, bend your knees, roll over and rest your head on your bottom arm. Press your weight into your top hand, press up to a comfortable seat facing forward. Take your time, bring your hands to prayer at your chest and bow your mind to your heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. Again, my name is Laura. Namaste. Okay, if you're on Zoom, if you want to stick around and hang out, I've got, we're going to do a breakout room kind of like the lobby if you want to hang out with me for a minute. I'm going to sign off from YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much for your donations and your support of our studio and of our teachers at this time. Please let me know if you have any questions. We can chat, and I'll see you next week.